Joining us today is Richard Belcher, the CEO of Tertiary Minerals, following the completion of the initial scout drilling at their Mukai copper project. Well, thank you very much for your time, Richard. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you, Mark. Great to be back on the show.
Well, thank you for your time. I know we talked recently, so this is the initial completion of that scout drilling. And just from reading the RNS there, so it looks to me like you've got perhaps short intervals, so 2 to just under 4 meters, so not yet significant in size. And you've also got modest grades there at 0.12 to 0.17, which is low compared to economic copper deposits, which typically require sort of 0.5 to 1%. So this is sort of suggesting to me anyway that these results are more preliminary, perhaps aimed more at testing specific targets rather than defining a resource at the moment. But is that correct? And how do these results shape up from your point of view?
No, that's a pretty good summary to the situation. It's worth noting that we had a very small sort of window of opportunity to be able to undertake work before the start of the rainy season. And so while it was
Okay,
only an initial drilling, 550 meters over 3 holes, to get that drilling in just before the rainy season was an achievement in itself. And it's just provided us that information. It's de-risked the project a little bit. It's proved that the soil the copper in soil anomaly that was initially being tested. It proves that that's a true anomaly, and we're now seeing with those initial results sort of be able to now plan the next steps going forward.
okay. So you've got this in, yeah, as you said, before the rainy season, which is good. Otherwise, you would have been sat around, I guess, waiting for that. So it now means you can plan for further exploration while you cannot be active on the ground effectively.
That's right, yeah. So, if we weren't able to complete even that initial work before the rainy season, then we wouldn't have been able to do anything until essentially
Sure,
coming up to now over the next few weeks. Now that the rains are starting to finish and access is going to be possible again.
sure.
It's
Okay,
worth noting, this is work being managed and undertaken by First Quantum Minerals. This is part of their due diligence period. They have, as part of that agreement, 2 years to undertake their due diligence and to spend over 1.5 million US dollars to be able to then go into a joint venture agreement. So we're still in the first year, although they have essentially completed, according to their records now, the first tranche that they would need to redo in the first year, which is 500,000 in exploration.
okay, okay. And then, so they're still in that due diligence period. So, and it lasts another 24 months. So does that mean that they would effectively joint venture with you if they decide to indeed do that?
That's correct, yes. So the end of the first year will be August this year. So at the moment we're
Okay,
just planning our next technical meeting with First Quantum, where we'll be discussing
okay,
the results in more details and then looking at potential plans going ahead. Uh, as we discussed,
okay.
it's been only initial drilling. Uh, Most of the insular anomalies have not been fully tested, and we've only just started to test the wider basin area.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, okay. So about 16 months, okay, left on that 24-month
That's
period.
correct, yeah.
The nickel as well, again, they came in, again, slightly lower grades, but it sort of what proves that the mineralization is there.
That's correct. Yeah. So we've not sort of hit the coconut with the first ball, so to speak. But
Mm,
the values do indicate that there is metal bearing hydrothermal fluids going through the basin, and these are the targets that we're looking for. And certainly nickel,
okay.
with us being so close to the Enterprise mine, is certainly that we're going to be considering as part of our exploration strategy.
Okay. And the RNS said, of course, that that the 2 holes were drilled in what you call the lower Rowan subgroup. That's below the target basin sediments. I mean, could you have missed the primary copper bearing units here?
Well, that's certainly a potential result. Part of the initial drilling has also been just to try and understand the basin morphology, the geology within that basin. So this has really helped us understand the geology, and will be used to target for the next holes going forward.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So, I mean, you've got effectively early stage good signs. There is mineralization there. It is near surface. And I guess there's still quite a few untested targets to go after. So really at the moment, these results neither confirming or denying effectively a major discovery, but it sort of hints that there is something there to keep following up on, I guess. So, I mean, what would be the next steps on this project?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the next steps really is going to be the sort of decisions from First Quantum, how they will continue with their due diligence
Okay.
period. As within our agreement, they're planning and managing the exploration, and we're providing some technical input into that. So it's going to be into their hands the next steps, and
Okay.
whatever they are, we'll update the markets hopefully in due course.
Okay. And just finally, wider on Tertiary Minerals and the activities, anything else to sort of report or update on at the moment?
Yeah, well, as we discussed earlier, we are coming to the end of the rainy season, so access is going to be possible across our portfolio of projects. We are currently reviewing the exploration strategies and how best to advance. Certainly, the Mushima North drill results that we discussed a few weeks ago are very positive, and we see that as a sort of a potential for bringing considerable value to our portfolio very quickly to advance with the next step of exploration there. But also, we've got our continued drilling on the Konkola West project with our joint venture Cobalt. A somewhat different, say, strategy for the usual sort of junior explorer. From our side, this is more of a longer term, bigger picture exploration play. But if it's successful, this could have a potential transformative results for a small junior like Tertiary. So yeah, exciting times ahead, really.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Richard Belcher, the CEO of Tertiary Minerals.
Thank you very much, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.